Hey guys, in this video I'll compare all of the available MacBooks and help you decide which one you should get. So I'll start off by just mentioning that the new M2 MacBook Air is probably the right choice for most people, including students. So if you just came to this video real quick and you want an answer, then I would just recommend getting the MacBook Air M2 with 16 gigs of RAM, and any amount of storage is fine. I've been using the M1 MacBook Air and the battery life is insane and all of that stuff is like completely good for everyday people and students. I would also recommend getting 16 gigabytes of RAM over 8 because I know that a lot of other people on YouTube talk about how you should just get the base MacBook Air, and I got the one with 8 gigs of RAM and it's not a great experience, to be honest. So get 16 gigabytes and save yourself there. So now I'll just compare the performance of M2 versus M1. The main advantages that we're gonna see here is in the GPU side, because M1 had decent GPU, like for an integrated graphics on a 13-inch device, it was reasonable. It is a 30% increase. Most ordinary people won't notice it, but if you're doing more graphically intensive work, it's probably gonna be a bigger difference. So now I'll get into the M1 MacBook Air. So the M1 MacBook Air, which is what I have, I would not recommend you get it. Just get the M2. It's not that much expensive and you'll get way better performance, way better like design. The new screen as well with the notch, brighter screen, more ports, all this cool new stuff, as well as the better GPU performance like I just mentioned. So now I'll get into the M2 13-inch MacBook Pro. So this is like the strangest laptop I've seen. The difference between that one and the others is that it has one fan, whereas the MacBook Air has no fan. Maybe you'll get better sustained performance, but it has no new design. It's literally the same thing, but just with an M2 swapped in instead of the M1. It has no new ports, no new design, like no new screen. So I would just recommend you stay away from that one, don't get it. If you're considering that one, just get the M2 MacBook Air. It's it's a way better computer, and if you are looking for higher performance, I would try to recommend the 14 or 16-inch MacBook Pros because those are just way better overall. Like you get the much better battery life, much better performance because they all have two fans, as well as the better screen, better design, all the ports and all of that stuff as well. Before I get into the other stuff, I just want to mention that my previous MacBook video, I noticed that 99.8% of viewers were not subscribed. So come on guys, press that. Now I'll get into the RAM and storage, because a few people did comment asking how much RAM and how much storage they should get. And the new M2 MacBooks, you can get up to 24 gigs of RAM. I would recommend 16 gigs of RAM. That's probably the ideal amount. If you're doing like 4K video editing or even 8K video editing, I know there's some people that do that, then 24 gigs of RAM would be great, but just don't get 8. I got 8, I made that mistake, and now I don't want you to make that mistake. So yeah, don't get 8 gigs of RAM. In terms of storage, I did get 256 gigs of storage, which is the minimum. I would honestly be fine with it. Like I've been using the computer fine and there's no problems because I have iCloud storage. So I would just recommend getting iCloud and storing your stuff there because it also syncs between your phone and other devices. So like storage doesn't really matter if you have iCloud, and I would highly recommend iCloud or Google Drive or whatever cloud service you use. Yeah, overall, everyone should just get the MacBook Air. If you want the higher end performance, go for the 14 or 16-inch Pros, but for the majority of students, you don't need that performance or like extra ports because the new MacBook Air with M2 just has it. Stay away from the 13-inch MacBook Pro, not great, to be honest. Now I'll just end it off with some quick thoughts on another topic. So the recent 12th gen Intel chips have been actually pretty good, and they're getting more closer to being competitive with MacBook devices. And the GPU performance on Windows is actually like much better than MacBooks. Like the 3060, 3070s that are in computers, even the 3050 is often outperforming the M2 chip. So I would recommend that, as well as if you're playing games, Windows computers are obviously better. And with the RTX ray tracing things and like that, like if you're playing Cyberpunk or any of these new titles, I would highly recommend a Windows computer. But if you're watching this video, you're probably someone that knows they're gonna buy a MacBook, so that's not even an option. And yeah, I also want to end off with just mentioning that I'll be uploading much more often now that school is over. I just finished up with grade 10, so yeah, expect a lot of new videos and fun times. So thank you for watching. I hope this video helped you in your choice of which computer you should get. And let me know in the comments what you decide and any other thoughts you have on this. So thank you. Have a great day.